Welcome back to Dark Moments in History. Your hosts, Josh and Zach.
Welcome back to Dark Moments in History. I am Josh.
And I'm Zach, and somehow, someway, we're on episode 3 of Chernobyl, which means the reactors exploded 3 conversations ago, and it's still ruining everybody's week, and apparently mine too. You got nothing to say to that?
You're married. I get it.
No,
I'm
no,
married.
no, that's not what
What?
I'm saying.
What?
No, that's not what I'm saying. No.
Oh, that's not what we're saying.
No.
My bad.
Oh, God.
Back on. And it continues. And it continues to ruin everybody's week.
You're leaving that in there, aren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
Happy life. That's what I say. I don't know about him.
Yeah. I'm just going to beat me later.
Abuse is not nothing to make jokes about. Zach.
What if I like it?
If you're hurt, everybody knows this.
I'm good. Anyway, so Chernobyl's the gift that keeps on irradiating, right?
That's a terrible.
It's terrible. It's terrible, but it's accurate.
In episode 1, the reactor exploded.
Catastrophically.
In episode 2, hundreds of thousands of people were sent in to contain this disaster.
Which is the most Soviet sentence ever spoken.
And today we are talking about what was left behind.
A reactive monument, till we'll deal with that later.
Exactly.
Maybe. Oh, excuse me.
After the
You know what word this is, right?
extraction,
Why do you always got to make it sound so painful when you say that?
evacuation, Soviet authorities created a 30-kilometer exclusion
You said the word.
zone around the plant.
Which is basically the world's largest keep outside.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And when people heard Chernobyl, they usually think of herky cake.
Still can't say it.
I'm telling you, it sounds like herpes.
It's not herpes. That's an entirely different problem. It's Pripyat.
Yeah, what he said.
So the Ferris wheel, the gas masks, which is basically every survival horror video game's checklist. This is bad, you might die.
Exactly. But in the zone, including dozens of villages, farmers, schools, and forests.
So an entire functioning region just got turned into a giant, absolutely not going there place.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah.
The familiars. Not kidding, his families.
Yes. Okay.
Left food on tables, toys on the floor, laundry still hanging. And then what, Zach?
Thinking they'd be back in a few days, but let's face it, they didn't.
That's right.
And those few days are still going.
Yeah.
That's a long way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what still bothers me. It was a brand new city, and you just don't get up and abandon the city, do you?
No.
I mean,
Now, I'll have an image so you guys can see it. It'll either be in front of us, like right in here, or it'll be all here. I'll try to block this out. I don't know if it'll work.
what, my face?
You can say that. I was going to say your head.
I mean, okay, getting back to it, they abandon the city, but you don't do that. You abandon your coffee mug. You leave your family photos. Hell, you lose your house keys. And you get rid of that one weird chair you've been trying to fix. By the way, did you take care of that, or?
I just threw them away.
Really?
Yeah, I got over them. I've glued these chairs multiple times. Doesn't
I
matter.
was trying to say I'm fat.
Everything you left behind.
We gotta be serious.
Composed.
Really?
I swear, the people that were coming up with the name for this back in 1970 was like, what can we name this that the man in the future would not be able to say? And
Say it with me. Prip.
Prip?
Eot.
Eot.
Yes. Now say it again.
Yeah, my brain don't want to do that. Prepriet was built in 1970 for workers at the power plant.
Model Soviet city.
Duh. Modern apartments, schools, theaters. I was going to say movie theaters, but I guess they wouldn't have them. In the 80s.
Well, no, you can't think of 1980s America. I think 1980s Soviet Russia.
But they had swimming pools.
Yeah.
No lifeguards, guaranteed. Duh. You drown, you no make it.
So by 1986, it was actually a pretty nice place to live.
It was.
We think from what we're told.
Yeah.
From what we're told.
From what we're told, it looked like even the images that I had brought up.
The one that's going to be right here.
They are really gorgeous, and I would live there.
You would?
Yeah, but I'm also the person that would love to live in the middle of the woods, where it's my house and nobody else.
Yeah, but you would live in a concrete area. It's just nothing but apartment high rises and Soviet propaganda.
Sounds like home.
Where the heck did you grow up?
Desolate. It was.
Uh-huh.
Okay, average age was around 26.
That's generous. So that some of the script wants me to say ketchup's in my fridge, but I ain't that freaking. I'm not that much of a slob. Let's say it's younger than some of the bottles of liquor I've had in my house.
That's not accurate. Bottles of liquor don't last very long around him, so I don't know what he's talking about.
I ain't drunk. Oh, we're just glossing over that. Anyway.
That ain't Ghost in the Can.
Sometimes I don't like you.
Sponsor?
Anyways,
Moving on.
I forget where we were. We're so off. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's back to where we're saying no. It's not very reassuring.
Today, the city still stands.
And that's somehow worse than if it didn't stand.
Yeah. The buildings are completely empty, but they're still there. At the same time, they're not.
Yeah, the city it's overgrown. Most of the structures are still there, like it's still waiting for somebody to come back.
Exactly.
Can you imagine if they actually ever did go back, how much the groundskeeper would have to clean up?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of yard cutting.
Yep. Has anyone ever heard of the Red Forest?
You mean Red Square?
No. The Red Forest.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, but no, seriously, yes. At least I have.
It's just west of the plant. It is called the Red Forest.
Which should sound like something out of a fairy tale where everybody dies.
Honestly, not that far off.
Ooh.
And hours after the explosion, the radioactivity cloud passed over a dense standing of pine trees. Just all in one shot.
And the trees got hit before a lot of people even knew that anything had happened.
Exactly. The radiation dose was so intense that the needles turned a reddish brown within days.
So the forest basically changed colors like it was blushing. But I'm guessing someone complimented it on its bark.
Oh, they put it in a way where they could touch the kahuna matatos, you know what I mean?
It's what?
Kahuna matatos.
Jesus Christ.
The trees were dead, and they stood.
So they died where they were. That's unsettling.
Yeah. Entire sections of the forest just stopped.
How does the forest stop, Josh?
Soviet crew came in and pulled this.
They pulled their papers.
It's in the script. I didn't make it up. It literally says Soviet crews bulldozed many of the dead trees into trenches and buried them because they were so contaminated to leave in place.
So the official solution was, congratulations, now you're mulch. Radioactive mulch.
More or less.
There's some wild mushrooms in there.
Oh, God.
Do you know there's actually a mold that thrives on absorbing radiation? This is before though. It's like it's regular fungus, but it mutated to live off of absorbing radiation.
Why don't we wait till we get to the animal section and we can talk about that?
I probably should have, but the cat's out of the bag now.
I don't. Spoiler.
Right?
Skip this part if you don't want to hear it.
So,
Even the soil absorbed enormous amounts of radioactivity material, and especially C-137 and S-990.
what he's saying is cesium-137 and strontium-90, which makes the dirt itself become part of the problem.
Exactly. And then Zach left me a lovely note for S-90. Is one of the part of the major fissions products from the reactor fuel. It behaves chemically like a calcium. So the body can absorb it into the bones and bone marrow. That's part of why it's so dangerous. Long term, it increased the risk of bone cancer and leukemia.
So it's nothing that just sits in your body. It kind of sneaks in under the radar into your bone structure.
Which is kind of sad if you really think about it.
Yeah, because you're getting hit hard.
Yeah. C-137 is another major contaminant.
He hates it when I write the scripts.
Cesium-137 is another major contaminant. It spreads more wildly through the environment, dissolving easily into water and behaving something like a potassium in the human body. So it dissipates into soft tissue rather than bone.
So one goes for the skeleton, the other one goes for everything else.
That's a grim but accurate way of putting it.
Sounds It sounds like such a horrible fucking way to go, though.
It has to. And
Because you're getting hit twice.
hold on. So these people that went in, that were doing the cleanup originally,
Yeah.
had no clue this was happening. So you got one of three things.
Yeah.
You either got bone cancer, regular cancer, leukemia, or radiation
You
poisoning.
got your all that energy burning off. You're basically stepping into a large microwave. I said that in the last episode or two. Just think about the miners underneath that were cleaning it up, digging those tunnels. Well, what did you say? They were what? Some of them were stripped bare.
Yeah.
So, not like the clothing would have stopped it, but they're absorbing that, so it's going into their body. You're standing in an X-ray. It's not exactly an X-ray, but you're getting nailed every which way.
They want you to keep going.
Which I understand. All these people make an enormous sacrifice to stop this from getting any further out of control. But it's a level of disturbing that just kind of leaves you speechless because you can't even begin to
Fathom.
Yeah. Like we can sit here and read this shit all day, every day.
Yeah.
And it's not even going to come close to celebrating these people, we remember them, but we can't even begin to
understand what they went through afterwards.
Yeah. Anyways, we got off topic, but
yeah. Sorry about that, but I'm just saying, and bearing deeper into areas where hot particles containing he does this shit on purpose, I swear to God.
Plutonium.
Plutonium. Back to the Future, I got it.
Yeah.
Nah. Bits of radioactivity reactor fuel.
Trying to help you, my friend.
I know.
But all that, just saying all that sentence bothers the hell out of me. I mean, my script says it makes me want to wear gloves sitting here all the time listening to this, but it makes me want to crawl inside of a lead box. It's not good for you either.
Same here.
It's horrible. I mean,
Yeah.
it's horrible that what these people went through. It's horrible for the environment and for the people who live in the surrounding area.
For years, the Red Forest was one of the most contaminated places on Earth.
And that's a title you don't want to win.
No.
And it's still radioactive.
It is. Today, it still has areas with elevated radiation, but it also doesn't look like a dead man's wasteland. Like Borderlands.
Yeah, okay. But
Borderlands is the best way to think of it as.
But the whole thing, I know he didn't say it, we're going to have a picture somewhere around us of what this looks like.
Yeah.
And it's creepy. Because, they dug up a whole bunch of it to begin with, but those trees, beautiful to look at, but don't want to go over there and look at it.
No.
What's it look like now, though?
Today, it still has areas with elevated...
Yeah, we just said that part, but does it look anything like a forest again?
Yeah, it looks like a forest again.
Huh.
Pines, birches have regrown. Grass covers like old burial zones, birds, animals moving through it.
So visually, it's just, I'm just a forest again? Like nothing happened?
Exactly, but radiation remains uneven. One spot it can be reactive, it can be safe to go into, and then 5 steps later, it jumps so bad on the Geiger meter that you could be poisoned that quick.
That's nature's version of stepping on the wrong floor tile in a dungeon.
That is actually a pretty good analogy. I'm very proud of you. You're moving up in the world.
Oh, thank you. It's kind of sad.
Wildfires are also a concern because burning vegetation can re-release radioactive particles into the air.
Because apparently trees can hit the replay button, but if I could stop you right there, it's just they try to keep it from burning because all that shit gets thrown back up into the atmosphere again.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who would want to live there ever.
Unfortunately,
and we'll get into that later, though, right?
yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah.
It's the most one of the most unsettling parts of Chernobyl and everything that's happened.
What do you mean?
It looks normal.
Yeah.
The grass grows, the birds have come back, the trees are still blowing around the wind. It just looks normal.
And underneath of it all, the combination?
Contamination.
Yeah, what he said. Is still there.
As seen on this next photo here. So the red forest isn't some glowing nightmare, what some people would think it would look like.
Correct.
It's a regular looking patch of woods that quietly reminds you that nature can recover, but it doesn't necessarily forget.
That's exactly what it is, Zach.
I love it when you praise me.
Within months, the Soviets built a massive concrete steel structure over Reactor 4.
Said the official, please stop glowing box.
Well, no, it was actually more like they got ideas after you were born and the crib your mom and dad made for you.
I feel like I should be offended by that.
Well, they needed something strong, sturdy, and they just took your idea because they had it like a bassinet and just turned it upside down.
I'll remember that.
You sure?
Probably not.
That's more or less what it is.
An upside down bassinet with a strange toddler underneath.
Yeah. Well, it was built incredibly fast under dangerous conditions. No.
Right. So this wasn't a careful restoration project or a cleanup.
No. It was engineers under pressure. You know, I'm starting to see a pattern here.
What's the pattern?
Go, 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 go. Oh.
My bad, we screwed up.
Can we go back? No. Okay, let's just keep pushing forward. We'll be fine.
And by pressure, you mean radiation and political panic.
Exactly.
The Kremlin had to be pissed.
It was never intended to last forever. No shit.
Which is unfortunate for something containing a destroyed nuclear reactor. Because wasn't it only supposed to last like a handful of years?
Correct. Very.
And it lasted how long now?
Over time, cracks developed. And the structure became unstable.
So even the fix needed fixing. So
yes.
Back to the bassinet thing.
Mm-hmm. You know, there's the old saying.
What's that?
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is where it comes from. If you're riding a horse and you fall off, they say, "Be a man, get back up, get back on that horse and ride again."
Yeah.
The only difference is these people have. They're like doing the Hindenburg style. You know what I mean?
Giant fireball.
Like we learned from that. We're like, okay, no more balloons like that, and we switched it to something else.
That was the Germans.
What?
The Hindenburg was German.
Yeah, I know. We learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
So think of protocols in the United States now. especially for nuclear power plants.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Well,
How much more? Like I get that. I understand a lot of places do this. Don't make it a big deal until catastrophic failure.
yeah.
I get that. But wouldn't it be simpler to do it for the catastrophic failure?
All right. Going off script here. The protocols that were in place here in America, because we already had nuclear reactors at this point, were different, thorough. They had a containment building around the reactor itself. The reactor was separate from everything else. It was in a containment bunker of concrete and everything else.
Okay.
So if something like this happened,
3 Mile Island.
yes, that was a ventilation. That was another issue. We should do one on that. But the most Western reactors at this time were built with differently. All right, I forget all the terminology, but the way the RBMK reactor is built, cheaper. They have less efficient fuel for it.
Okay.
And it's what they used, from what I remember, is called a negative coefficiency in the reactor. So it was built cheaply, to run cheaply, and that created a whole mess of problems to where this was going to happen sooner or later. And the fact that it only happened once at Chernobyl power plant, because I don't know if I said this before on the other episodes. We've said reactor 4, I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
Reactor 4 went. That means in the same building at that site, they had a total of four RBMK reactors running at the same time. Yeah. 4. So while reactor 4 was having a meltdown, reactors 3, 2, and 1 were still running.
Yeah.
So, and they're all in the same area. So one's basically melting down and exploding. The other 3 are still going. They had to shut down 3. They shut down. Yeah, 3 had to be shut down. I think 2 was eventually shut down. I think number 1 was up running. In the comments, please, if I'm wrong, call me out on it, and I'll admit to the whole thing. But they were still running even during the cleanup. 1 and 2 were still running.
Yeah.
So you had 2 reactors running with the same design with all this going on. So not only did you have people going in there and cleaning this up, you also had power plant workers still going in and running the other reactors.
Yeah.
So it's just not the liquidators. It's just not the cleanup crews. You have people going to work still.
Yeah.
Which I think people do forget. And it was not just the people cleaning this up.
Yeah.
So, back on topic, I apologize for my little nerd out.
No, that's good. I'm just curious. We have more to know.
Yeah, but the RBMK was built cheaply because they had to fight the East versus West kind of thing.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay, I'm done. Go ahead.
At the same point, engineers looked at the original shelter and realized,
I think we're going to need a bigger box.
Exactly.
Calling the new containment is calling it a box is such a bad way of saying it.
Mm-hmm. The new safety confinement is the giant steel arc that now covers Reactor 4.
The world's largest, at least relaxing gazebo. Man, I gotta watch my wording on this because it's not a gazebo.
It's like a dome.
If just glancing at it, it looks like a sports stadium.
Yeah.
With a cover on it.
Yep. There'll be a picture right here. That's one way to describe it. It was assembled nearby and slid into place in 2016. So, 2016, that would have been 30 years later.
Yeah, and 10 years ago, they finally got it in place.
Correct.
And let's face it, that's one of the biggest and coolest engineering flexes I've ever heard of, especially in this area.
Yep.
look, I
Excuse
gave
me.
you more stuff. More stuff to read.
It is. It really is. Don't help me. I got this.
Okay.
Okay, what's the first
Structurally.
one? Structurally.
You're reading that.
It's a massive steel arc system, like a giant industrial skeleton. And layered in panels with that protection in it from weather, corrosion, and time itself. Inside the controlled ventilation filtration system and remotely operated crane designed to work in radiation zones where humans can't go safely.
So it's not just a cover. It's a sealed workspace on top of a nuclear reactor.
Exactly.
But you also know it creates a pressure difference between the outside and the inside, so nothing that's in there gets out.
And nothing out gets in.
It's basically an airlock almost.
You know what it is?
What is it?
The main expansion.
Oh no, you did not just say that.
Oh yeah, I did.
What are you gonna call that domain?
Reactor 4 desolation.
Just call it
It was no
radiation suppression. Oh, I'm so going to hell for that one. Domain expansion, radiation suppression. That's actually pretty good.
All attacks hit inside, which
Oh,
is not good.
No. Would you consider that a tax haven?
What?
I don't know where I got that from. Never mind. Scrub that out.
It was built next to the reactor and then slid back into place on rails using hydraulic systems, specially carefully.
Specifically.
What he said, so workers did not have to spend extended times near peak radiation.
So they basically built a box next to the problem and then gently rolled it over like, all right, you're contained. Please behave.
That's actually not that far
I
off.
said that a little too lightheartedly.
Its purpose is not just containment. It is also a long-term industrial environmental design to allow engineers to slowly dismantle the original 1986 sarcophagus and eventually decommission Reactor 4 itself.
So it's less the final solution and more controlled long-term intervention.
Exactly. So they're getting better.
Yeah.
It's designed to last about 100 years. The new structure.
Which is ambitious for something covering a melted reactor.
Very, but even that time comes with understanding that maintenance and upgrades will most likely be needed along the way.
Well, yeah, it's because radiation does break everything down. It prevents it. So what we're saying is even the We Fixed It structure comes with maintenance, with a maintenance subscription plan.
Okay, pretty much. Yeah, I agree with that. Even now, stories keep changing.
Because Chernobyl apparently refuses to sit quietly.
In 2025, a drone strike damaged part of the new safe confinement.
A giant radioactive umbrella got hit by a flying lawnmower.
Or was it aliens?
Why? Why? It's not aliens. It's a drone.
It's aliens.
It's not aliens.
If you say so. It was a lawnmower.
A drone, yes.
A drone. That is a good description. Fine. There was no major radiation leak released.
Which is the best possible version of that sentence.
Exactly. But inspectors and repairers delayed the ongoing work.
So even when nothing catastrophic happens, the timeline stretches again.
Right, which they're learning from their mistakes, and they're making it better.
You know what the good thing about that was? I mean, it's good that the drone hit, but it only pierced the outer layer, so nothing got into where reactor 4 is.
Correct.
There was no escape of radioactive particles, nothing, but the exterior skin has to be fixed.
Yeah.
Which is pushing back the timeline.
So basically, it was going to get a facelift.
It's long before they were ready to end. There's still fighting going on near it.
Yeah.
That bothered me, actually, moving away from it again. It bothered me when I saw that on TV. So Russian tanks rolling into Chernobyl. I'm like, no, this is the worst thing you could possibly do. Is bring military hardware next to that thing.
But there are good news on life certainly returned.
You're kidding me.
Wildlife has returned to the uninhabitable zone.
Which is either inspiring or the opening scene of a very strange movie.
Wolves, elks, boar,
They got bored.
and even horses.
Nature heard humans left, and they said, finally.
A small number of former residents also returned.
The self-settlers, I think they're called.
Mostly elderly people who wanted to die at home.
Honestly, I do get that. I really do.
And a lot of people that have nowhere else to go would go to places like a last resort.
Yeah, honestly, I would rather go live on a creek bed, but I get it. So,
Chernobyl is no longer just a site of an accident.
it's a place where history is still unfolding.
Exactly. Scientists monitor it, engineers maintain it, and tourists visit it. Tourists visit it?
They do visit. It blows my mind every time. Hey, let's go to Chernobyl. My brother says we should go to Chernobyl. Him and I. And I've looked at him like it's crazy.
Which is very weird.
It's like the world built a museum around an open problem.
That might be the best summary of Chernobyl that I've ever heard.
I just don't want to go to the gift shop.
Mm-mm.
No.
Give me little necklaces that light up at night.
No, I think you'll light up at night.
Ah. So yeah,
Yeah.
Chernobyl didn't really end.
It just changed forms.
The explosion lasted seconds.
And the consequences are still there on the clock.
There are steel arcs over the reactor.
A forest buried like hazardous trash.
A city where people who aren't coming back.
And a cleanup project with no definite finish line. That's the part that bothers me.
Same.
There are stories that end though.
And there are stories that keep humming in the background.
Oh, Chernobyl is definitely humming.
This is Dark Moments in History.
Where the past doesn't stay buried.
It just keeps going.
So, what's on the next episode so we give them a little insight there, brother?
On next week's episode, we are going back to 1587, and it's where. And we will be looking into the Roanoke colony disappearance, which will be coming out Friday at 8 p.m. is the new release time.
I'm not gonna like this, am I?
Why do you say that every time? It's like we are actually there.
And that's a wrap. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the reminder bell when new episodes drop.